My name is Marc Ruel. I'm from Canada. I'll be part of the workshop tomorrow and the next day speaking about the coronary artery minimal invasive surgery. We've been doing this since 2005. At the time, we were two centers, I believe, in the world to really start this on a routine fashion. My colleague in New York, Joe McGinn, and I initially begun with cadaver work, and this was facilitated by the company Medtronic. And we then came up with a technique that appeared to be reproducible to do multi-vessel. So what I mean by that is bypass all the arteries that need to be bypassed around the heart, and do this via a small incision. Before that, since actually the 1990s, surgeons were able to bypass one artery at the front of the heart via a small incision. And this has been performed in some centers for quite a period of time. But what's new now is that we can offer this surgery for all vessels around the heart. And as you may or may not know, people who come to surgery for cardiac disease involving the arteries, about half of them, or even more, have disease of all three arteries. So it's important to have an operation that addresses all arteries around the heart. So this is what this operation does, and it's interesting in that normally a patient who would have cardiac surgery for bypass would have quite a lengthy incision going from below the xiphoid process, which is the bottom of the sternum, the breastbone, all the way up to the beginning of the neck. And now we can avoid that incision by doing it via a small incision on the side, which is about 5 centimeters or so. We have published on this in the first major series was published by a journal called Circulation, which is our best cardiovascular journal. We were happy. Typically, Circulation does not publish about new techniques, but they certainly published about ours. And our first series had 500 patients. To be exact, there were 450 patients who had received the surgery. Now we're about 1,000 patients. And this first publication was in 2009, and we showed that the surgery was feasible. Since then, we've also studied those patients compared to patients who have a regular incision through the breastbone, and we found that the rate of infection is almost zero when you do minimal invasive surgery. And the average recovery for a patient, for instance, as my esteemed host and colleague was explaining before, the average time for a patient to be able to recover completely with respect to using the arms is only about 12 days as opposed to 5 weeks when a full breastbone incision is performed.